This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. The U.S. Congress passed a tax overhaul bill that had previously included an end to the IRS regulation barring churches from endorsing political candidates. The language was removed from the proposed legislation on technical grounds. The U.S. Senate's parliamentarians struck out the language that would have repealed the Johnson Amendment because it did not meet Senate rules that require elements of the tax bill to have something to do with the budget. Introduced by then U.S. Senator Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1954, the Johnson Amendment amended the Internal Revenue Code to prohibit houses of worship and other nonprofits from endorsing political candidates. During the 2016 election season, Donald Trump campaigned on the promise to repeal the Johnson Amendment. I think maybe that will be my greatest contribution to Christianity and other religions, is to allow you, when you talk religious liberty, to go and speak openly. And if you like somebody or want somebody to represent you, you should have the right to do it, stated Trump at the June 16 gathering of nearly 1,000 evangelical leaders and pastors gathered at the Marriott Marquis before becoming president. Though Mr. Trump called for an end to the Johnson Amendment, he cannot himself repeal the Johnson Amendment. Only Congress can do that. Then in November, the U.S. House of Representatives added a provision repealing the Johnson Amendment to their version of the tax bill. Specifically, the House bill would have temporarily allowed nonprofits to engage in political speech in the ordinary course of its activities, so long as the organization didn't incur significant expenses while doing so. While liberal groups celebrated the removal of the repeal language, God's people can also see that the angels have held back the winds of strife a little longer. Repealing the Johnson Amendment would have opened the way for a unity of church and state in the United States in spite of language in the U.S. Constitution upholding a wall of separation. It is the Johnson Amendment that adds strength to that wall. Already the United States is dangerously close to the unity of religious dignitaries with civil authorities. Conservative groups like the Family Research Council denounced the removal of the language, but maintain that the days of the Johnson Amendment are numbered. Thanks to President Trump, this will be an election issue from this day forward, stated FRC. As for FRC, we'll continue the work we began with pulpit freedom initiatives until we've legislatively corrected this problem or found a remedy in court. These religious leaders want more political power so they can turn America into what they want it to be. While many of these things will be good for America, it will not stop until there are Sunday laws. The Catholic Church has been working on this for many years. Now, evangelicals, when in power, will also press for the same thing. Just give it time. The dignitaries of church and state will unite to bribe, persuade, or compel all classes to honor the Sunday. The lack of divine authority will be supplied by oppressive enactments. Political corruption is destroying love of justice and regard for truth. And even in free America, rulers and legislators, in order to secure public favor, will yield to the popular demand for a law enforcing Sunday observance. Liberty of conscience, which has cost so great a sacrifice, will no longer be respected. That's The Great Controversy, page 592. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.